Hey guys, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me and see me okay? That's good. Hey, it's been a while. I think it's been like a week since we did a stream on any channel, right? It's been a week. I've been going through some stuff. I've been dealing with some stuff. And I can't believe I couldn't stream for a week. I couldn't get any work done. I couldn't do any editing. I couldn't make any videos. I couldn't do any streams. And well, now we're back. And it's been so long since we did a stream, and it just didn't feel right to go jump right into something serious, right? So I just wanted to have a chat with you guys and just say hello, see how things have been. Yeah, long time no see. I haven't streamed in like a week, and it's been I've been very busy in very different ways. I haven't really been able to do any work, which really sucks. But I have been able to get some things organized, and hopefully we'll be back on schedule from now on. Yeah, it's been like a week. How have you guys been? I missed you guys. How have you guys been? Really, really missed you guys. I'm watching soccer Team Korea. Okay. Is there a soccer match right now? There's a soccer game going on? I wasn't even aware. Oh, this is it's the FIFA World Cup. I had no idea this was happening. Because I'm not really a soccer fan. No. I haven't really been sick or ill. I've just been going through some other stuff, like dealing with some other stuff. When you get older, you just happen to have more responsibilities and stuff, and yeah. Let's keep talking till 12 a.m. midnight. Well, that's actually not that. Oh, wait, no. What time? Man, my clock is out of whack. My clock is not even... my clock right now on my Windows... my clock on my Windows desktop is showing 11:35 a.m. I have no idea why it's doing that. Can I fix it? I think I can. Not really sure. Yeah, it's been a really long time. Hey, how have you been? It's been a while. Yeah, I've been doing some organizing. I've been dealing with some other stuff, Things happen in life. And so I've been dealing with that. And I've been taking this opportunity because work-wise, I've been taking like a week off, right? It's been almost a week, or maybe even over a week since our last stream, or since I uploaded any videos on any channel. And so I've been MIA for a while now, and I took that opportunity to get some things organized. And so I went back to my office. I'm still in the process of getting things organized there. And I've been doing a lot of organizing in this room. You don't really see it, but I've been working hard to get things organized. And not only that, but most important of all, my notes. My notes are just scattered everywhere. And it doesn't help not being an organized person. Being an unorganized person really doesn't help when you're trying to get things organized. And I don't know about you guys, but I have notes that I've taken. All my notes are not collected in one place. It's scattered here and there, and I've been trying really hard to get those things organized, and I think that was the most painful process. I'm taking antibiotics for middle ear infection. It is getting better. Oh, middle ear infection. I don't even know what that is. It's been a mean past ing. I'm not really sure what that means. 요즘 스피커로 공부 시작했는데 선생님 영상도 같이 보고 있어요. 정말 좋은 강의 감사. Hey, it's my pleasure. I'm just glad I can help. So how have you guys been? Oh, yeah. It sounds familiar, but I don't really know what that is. So it's basically an infection in the ear, right? I'm really sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that you have an infection in your ear. You're taking antibiotics. It's getting better. Okay. So what happens? Like, what happens when you have that? Most important thing, have you had dinner yet? Yes, I did have dinner. My wife tricked me into eating dinner alone. She said that, I was in my office getting things organized and I was cleaning up, and I just texted my wife to see what she was doing, and she said, hey, do you want to come over for dinner? And I wasn't gonna, but then I asked her if we were having the dinner together, and she said, oh yeah, sure. And I came back, and there it was, dinner just for me, not her. She said she had already eaten dinner. And so I hate it when she has to go through the trouble of making dinner just for me. I hate it when that happens. And I think she found a way to actually trick me. And it's by lying. This is my first time joining this live chat. So cool. Oh, hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to have you with us. How you doing? We're just gonna chat for a bit today. We're not really gonna get into anything because it's been like a week since my last stream, and so I just wanted to, hop in and say hello, see what you guys been up to. How are your dogs doing? They're doing okay. They're doing all right. Thanks for asking. How have you been? It's been thousands of years. Yeah, I know, right? I can't believe it's already been a week. I've kept myself very busy doing some stuff that obviously you guys don't see. But yeah, I know it's been a while, Jenny. It's been a while. My body is sore. Yeah, that's pretty much one of the most common ways people talk about that. Yeah, your body is sore. Or you could say your body is sore, aching. But usually sore comes from overuse of your muscles. Sure. 네, 요즘 실감하고 있습니다. 그리고 한국어 잘하는 원어민 쌤이 영어 표현을 알려주시면서 헷갈리죠? 저도 한국어 배울 때 똑같아요 이러시는데 언어는 배우는 거 다 똑같다는 걸 다시 한번 느끼네요. Yeah, and it's really surprising that most people don't realize that. It's well, I guess surprising is not really an accurate description of how I feel about it. Honestly, the way I feel about it is that it's so obvious that learning English is just like learning anything else in life. It's so obvious when you really stop and think about it. But I think our judgment has been clouded by all this noise from people who claim that they know or they can provide for a certain amount of money. They can provide you with a method where you don't have to put in much effort and time, and you can become as fluent as a native speaker in a matter of months. Our common sense judgment has been clouded by all this noise produced by all these people who's trying to sell you products. And so when you really stop and think about it, it's obvious what's really necessary, right? But and I guess the right way to describe how I really feel about it is frustrating. It's so damn frustrating that the majority of people don't realize this. Their judgments have been clouded. You know what I mean? It's really frustrating. But you're right. That's what I've been trying to say. Hey, what's up? I've got an audition today. Good luck to me. You have an audition today. Okay. Yeah, good luck to you. What kind are you an actor? Are you an aspiring actor or something? Or maybe you are an actor now and you're trying to get a job or something? Yeah, I know, right? It's been like almost exactly a week, or maybe even longer than a week. Wow. You haven't seen my videos in 6 years. What brings you back? I mean, hey, it's great to have you back. It's what brings you back? Yeah, it's all right. Everything's all right. Just been dealing with some stuff. Just a lot of minuscule, annoying stuff that comes with life, I guess. But then, I guess I could have come back to this. I could have uploaded maybe 1 or 2 videos, or I could have streamed. But then I wanted to make sure that I would be back for sure, and to be here regularly. And so it's been a while. Have you been? I washed all padded coats today. It's warm. I think we don't need them anymore, but the air condition is too bad. Oh yeah, you mean the air quality? Yeah. Ooh, it's been really bad these past few days, or this. Yeah, I think the last several days has been really bad. I think learning English is super difficult than Japanese than Chinese. I guess it really depends. It really depends. And I think, I mean, if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. I can't say what you're feeling is not real. That would be that would be unfair, right? But you should consider this. Some people have absolutely no trouble. Like, they don't feel that it is hard at all. And I think that's kind of worth thinking about. Like, why is that? Why is it? I mean, are they just somehow connected to the English language in a way that most people aren't, like in your case? So I think that's kind of worth thinking about. And I have my own theories about that, but, I don't want to get into that too much today. But I think it's worth thinking about. It's worth thinking about what makes certain people, like, what's keeping them from having a hard time? Like, why is it so easy for some people? Why is it? And I think it's kind of worth thinking about. Much more than last week, so I've stopped wearing a jacket. I hate hot weather. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I'm sure it's different for everybody. But for me, I think it's because I've gotten a lot older. But the more I age, the more I hate winter. And the more comfortable I feel in warmer weather. And I don't really mind the heat in the summer, although the humidity sometimes gets to me. But I don't really mind the heat anymore. And, I would rather have the heat and humidity over the cold weather. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's kind of how I feel about it. And I've noticed this about myself as I age. ChatGPT has an advanced conversation mode. After using it, I'm really thinking about whether to pay or not. You should go for it. Go for it, and if it's not worth it, then you can always opt out, can't you? You can always opt out. Like, you can, just pay for it and use it for about a month, and if you're not happy with it, you can opt out. Can I ask what laptop model you have? I think I should buy a new one. Mine is so slow, and I've been using it for almost 8 years. Oh my gosh. 8 years. Do you guys have any recommendations? Wow, you've been using your laptop for 8 years? How do you keep it alive for so... Although I do have the computer that you see back there, that's like... When was that released? That's a really old one. It doesn't even work, actually. I could get it to work if I wouldn't mind putting in a couple of days to get it up and running. Although I need to get a very specific type of computer part if I want to get that to work. But that's thank you for saying so. I'm glad you like it. I was playing a game before you tune in, but as soon as the alert said you were on live, I turned it off immediately. Would you mind if I wonder what you were doing recently? Well, I don't want to bore you with the details, just very boring life stuff. I guess I could have streamed once or twice over the past week, but I wanted to make sure that I was back, so that I was back regularly. And so that's what I'm doing now. I just wanted to, come back and say hello, see how you guys been, and tell you that we will be streaming, and I will be making videos regularly from now on again. Life just gets in the way. And I did take the opportunity to get some stuff organized. And so that's, I haven't really been up to anything special, unfortunately. Actually, this is my first time to watch your live streaming, so I am extremely excited to join your YouTube. However, I don't know your name. I would like to know, how can I ask your name? Just say, hey, dude, what's your name? Dude, hey, what's your name? You can call me Yongha. That's my name, Yongha. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I missed you too. I missed you guys. Your laptop. 고마워요. 빨대. 빨대 없이 그냥 마실까? All right. A new cup of coffee. Whew. I so needed that. LG Gram. You recommend LG Gram? Okay. If you like a light one, I would like to recommend LG Gram. That's the whole idea with the LG Gram models, right? They're like super light. Started Puckwood ending around my place is already spring gone. I haven't seen a single cherry blossom tree with flowers. When has that been ever stopped you before? And if you are anything like me, I will never forget this expression that I learned from you, because I found this while I was watching Suits. Well, it doesn't really matter what you're watching. As long as you're watching and listening to English being used, you're bound to run into those expressions because they're so often used. Yeah. Graham's that good? Yeah, so good to see you too. Edit Graham 시청합니다, 여러분. Hi bro, happy spring day. I wish you enjoy. Hey, what's up? It's good to see you again. Are you in your room now? I am on my spaceship. 그냥 마실까? I'd like to recommend one movie, Flow. Oh, okay. Oh, I actually saw a really good movie. I was really surprised. I was really taken aback by how well made it was. It was actually a Korean movie. I don't often watch Korean movies, but I decided to watch one this time. It was on Netflix. It was recommended. Oh shit! The title was Keishiro. Have you guys seen Keishiro? And the ratings aren't that good. And so I really was not expecting much going into it. But I was thoroughly surprised. I was thoroughly surprised. There were some cliche aspects to it here and there, for sure. I mean, I don't think you can watch any movie without any sort of cliche aspects, but considering all that, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So, sorry, you were saying Flow. Okay. Flow, what kind of movie is it? Yeah, just saying, I hope you had a good day. Yeah, just keep it simple. I hope you had a good day. You did it on purpose to make me want to clean the camera lens, right? Oh, the camera. Oh, yeah, the lights. I did that for you guys. The lights are kind of, they look kind of funny, right? They're acting kind of funny. I did that for you guys. This is just for you guys. The wildfire is going crazy. Yeah, it's still, do they have it under control or still no? So Mr. Redcap have a plan to go to Moon. An elf in the sunshine. Revelation. Yeah, Revelation. It's a movie. It's actually not a drama. It's not a show. It's just a movie. I thought it was a show because it was on Netflix, and they have a lot of shows, a lot more shows than movies, I think. I don't know, just for some reason I assumed it was, I don't know why, but I just assumed it was a show, like, a series. It was a movie, actually. I like to drink coffee, but coffee keeps me awake. Oh, you mean it keeps you up? It keeps you up. You should say it keeps me up. It keeps me up. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm planning to be up for a while tonight, so I guess I could say I need it. Cat adventure. There's no single spoken words. I like to drink coffee from cup, not by straw, especially ice. Okay. People like different things, right? I don't really mind drinking anything anyhow. Like, doesn't really matter. Whatever's available. Are you okay? Don't I look okay? The mountain in front of my hometown is burning. There's a fire in front of your place right now? Wow, it's really serious, isn't it? Browse an article and it said that they are getting bigger, so they are moving to another Ooh, it's actually spreading? Oh, this is it's because of the the micro dust. Yeah. What are you going to do this night? What makes you drink coffee? I'm going to go back to my office and get things organized. I have a lot of organizing and a lot of cleaning up to do. Now that it's a lot warmer, I'm planning to spend more time in my office because, I don't have to worry about my office being too cold. Because after spending one winter, I realized that it gets really cold in my office. I do have a heater, but it doesn't really heat it to a comfortable to a comfortable degree, and so it doesn't get very comfortable, not as much as it gets at home. So I didn't spend much time there, but now until next winter I'm planning to spend more time there, and so I'm getting things organized. There's a lot of cleaning up to do, and so I'll be doing that tonight. Yeah. So the wind, it certainly doesn't help with the fire. Yeah, of course. I watched a whole episode of Cassandra. It was super interesting, but not too creepy. Yeah, it was not too bad, right? I told you. It wasn't. It's not. It's actually not that. It's not scary. It's not a scary movie. I don't think it was intended to be a scary movie. But yeah. 대머리인 줄 몰랐죠. Well, now you know. Now you know. Yikes, that sounds really bad. So they don't have it under control. That sucks. I wonder, I hope it doesn't get too bad. I really need to prepare English interview, but somewhere I am stuck and procrastinate doing it. Can you give some tips and give me some example sentences to apply for banking industry? You have to be more specific. Just, this is, so what I would do, and I know you don't want to do it, which is why you're procrastinating. If I were you, what I would do is I would just make a long list of things that I might have to say, or a lot, or maybe some questions, that I'm expecting, because nobody knows that better than you, because you're the one going into the interview, and so I would just make a long list of those things, find out how to say those things in English, and just practice them. Yeah. Use ChatGPT. That's what I would do. Yeah, I'm in space. Yeah, that's right. I'm in space. Unfortunately, I think it's already been 6 hours. Huh? What do you mean? What's already been 6 hours? What's that machine with red light at the back? That is an old computer of mine that I don't use anymore. It's no longer working, but I just have it in the back because I have nowhere else to put it. Yeah, exactly. That's what everybody would do, right? 요즘 세태가 불이 나면 음모론 나오는데 전국적으로 비 오면 그것도 conspiracy theory? Yeah, anything can be a conspiracy, right? Sam, when you watched Keshiro, were you on Korean subtitle? No, I just watched it. The lines were not difficult to understand. The audio was okay, I think, and so I had no problems understanding it. 영어 꿀잼? Wow. That is a superpower. If you genuinely feel that learning English is fun, or at least studying English is fun, that's a superpower. Keishiro is aborted? What do you mean? What do you mean aborted? You're using Korean subtitle all the time? 영국인 친구랑 chat 좀 하고 다시. Okay, sure. Yeah. It is indeed. What is indeed? Hey, wake up, name. What's up? It's been a while. I have been missing in action, haven't I? For a week. I have been streaming. I haven't been uploading anything in like a week. I've been just dealing with some very minuscule annoying stuff. But now I'm back. So 망했다? Aborted? No. Okay. So it's flopping. I guess flop is one of the ways you would say that a movie is not doing well. You can just say it's not doing well, or it's But so it's a flop. Is that what they're saying about it? In the back, at the back, it depends on what you're talking about. It depends. Like if you're talking about the back part of a room, like let's say you're talking about a room, right? And you want to say, all right, so just put that in the back, 뒤쪽에. Then it's in the back. At the back is maybe outside. Maybe there is a back area, like a back section of something. It really depends on what you're talking about. Yeah, no, flop is not slang. Yeah, I just didn't feel like wearing my hat today for some reason. Lately, I've been watching the show Adolescence on Netflix. I was glued to it the whole time. I highly recommend it if you haven't watched it yet. Thank you. Thank you for the recommendation, Guys, Adolescence on Netflix. Go watch it. You'll love it. What is it about? Sam, do you also look up reviews after watching movies or dramas? Reviews? I do look up trivias. Like information that is not commonly known about the movie. I do look those up because there are occasionally a lot of very interesting facts, like behind the scenes facts about maybe, the director or like during the making process or things like that. Reviews. I normally don't look up reviews after watching a movie. I do sometimes look up reviews before watching a movie, or sometimes when a movie is really hyped or talked about a lot online, or just by people a lot. Sometimes I would look up reviews on those. Like, for instance, one of the movies that made a lot of hype and caused really caused a stir in the movie industry is Snow White. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I just heard so many bad things about it, and I was wondering why people were saying so many bad things about it. And so I looked up the review, and so that is a movie that I will probably not watch. But I looked up the review anyway to see what the fuss was all about. And so yeah, but normally not after watching a movie. I guess it depends. How did Mad Daisy go? Oh, I scared it away with my leaf blower. It kind of looked like it was approaching our building, and so I ran outside. I had my leaf blower, and I just because it makes a loud sound, and it just ran away really quickly. No, when something flops, that means it's just it performs badly. It performs very badly. Is there any phrasal verb that someone had a failure? When someone, it depends. Like what kind of failure? Mess up, fuck up, screw up. Usually there are certain expressions or words we can use, but usually context should come first. Aborted martial law of Yoon. I read it in the news article. Aborted martial law. Oh. Well, the martial law was aborted. I don't know if it means. Does it mean that? I've never heard it being used in that way. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just something that I don't know. I love telling others some trivia. I know. Are you this type of person too? I don't. Is that a type? I sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. I don't know if I am that kind of person or not. For me, it really. I guess it depends on whether I think the person will find it interesting or not. You know what I mean? So just because I am that kind of person doesn't mean I'm just going to go around telling everybody. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, feeling of tired, how can I resolve it? Fix your diet. Eat healthy food. And exercise. I think those two are more important than trying to improve your sleep. In general, I think that's how I feel about it. Improve your diet and get more exercise. Not easy. Oh, really? I'm talking pretty slow today, aren't I? Have you watched film Mickey 17? There's mixed reviews for it. I personally am disappointed a bit for the depth of the film talking about life. I actually did watch a review of that movie. I didn't actually watch that movie, but I've heard a lot of negative things about it. I've heard a lot of positive things about it as well. But for some reason, I don't know. I'm usually into sci-fi movie, but from what I have heard about the movie, the sci-fi aspect is kind of overshadowed by the drama aspect of it, and so that's not something that I'm really excited about, and so I'm just not motivated enough to go watch it. Maybe I'll watch it when it's available on VOD, but we'll see. So you're disappointed, okay? Well, not every movie can be perfect, right? So, especially like when it comes to like preference and stuff. The other day you said there's nothing special about business English, and it really hit me. Well, again, I mean, it doesn't really take a lot of experience or knowledge to know that, I think. Just take a step back and think about it. Like, is there such thing as business Korean? No. if you want to be effective, if you want to be effective with your language in a business relationship or when you're doing business, you have to be good at the language in general. There's no such thing as business Korean or business English. That's not something that I believe in. Yeah. My go on drama is 도깨비. Go to drama. I guess that's what you mean. 도깨비. Yeah, I think my wife enjoyed that. Well, these guys, they just spend a lot of time. It's not like they were born with the level of their proficiency now, right? You've got some of color back. I've learned this sentence from adolescence. You've got some of color back. I think there's something missing there. Oh, flopping him. So you're walking again. Wow, okay. Cool. So you don't need the wheelchair anymore? I want to know how to express phrasal mode that replaced to flopping. Just why though? Just say flop. The movie flopped. Or just say the movie is horrible. The movie is very disappointing, and the movie is just doing really bad. You can just say that. It's very easy. Or else you could say the movie is a flop. Adolescence is about a boy and his family, Gemini said. In essence, Adolescence is a gripping and intense drama that examines the complex factors contributing to youth violence in the digital age. Okay, that actually sounds kind of interesting. I've been doing okay. Not as I wish I would. I wish I had more time to. I'm obviously very behind. I have a lot of work to catch up on. I've been dealing with some very annoying, life stuff just in general. You guys don't really want to hear about it, I'm sure. But I think I'm back, and yeah. How have you been? Planning to watch Mickey 17. I wonder if it will be fun or not. Well, you won't know until you watch it, right? What is the function of subtitles on the screen? What is the function of subtitle on the screen? It's what is it? It's auto captioning, auto live captioning. I guess you could call it that. Overshadowed means something that becomes less noticeable. Something that becomes less pronounced, something that is something that becomes like when you overshadow something, that section becomes dark, becomes less visible and less noticeable, right? And so, yeah. So it's kind of like saying, so going back to that context about the sci-fi aspect of the movie being overshadowed by the drama aspect. I guess another way to say that is to say that the drama aspect of the movie outweighs the sci-fi aspect. So in other words, if you are a sci-fi nut, right? If you're like a sci-fi nerd, you love sci-fi stuff, and you go and watch that movie, in some cases you'll be disappointed because it's, less sci-fi, a little bit more drama, or at least that's what they say it is. I don't really know. I haven't really watched it, so. Do you study in another country you're speaking? It's like, well, I'm just pretending to be as good as a native. But if I'm being really honest, I'm nowhere near as good as a native speaker. But when I was very little, I spent about 6 years in the U.S. when I was very little. I came back in 1994, and I've been in Korea ever since. But yes, so I guess when you ask me, did I study? I didn't really study when I was there. Right? I just went to school. So you're quick-witted, right? Don't be humble. I always share everything with people and regret about it forever. I see. I think movie, drama, except music, have been taking huge setbacks after pandemic. You think so? Why? I watched Mickey 17, but in the middle of the movie, I felt bored, but I liked the main male character's acting. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about, what's that guy's name? Something Patterson? I forget that guy's name. Anyway, Mr. Patterson's acting was very good. That's pretty much the only good thing I've heard about it. Do you think personality affects improving English speaking skills? I live and work in Singapore. I have less issues with reading and writing. I feel like I'm a total blur when it comes to speaking. I think personality affects everything. Not just English, but of course including English. But I think personality affects everything that you do. Because your personality will determine your attitude towards certain things and towards certain things when certain things happen, and it determines how you respond to things that happen, right? And so, yeah, of course, absolutely. But don't think that it only affects English. It affects everything. So, oh, you gave the wheelchair back. Oh, you can't keep the wheelchair? 목발도 치우라고 해서 통증 참고 걸어다닙니다. 재활이 제일 힘드네요. Yeah. Hopefully you get better soon. When I have a conversation with some topics, I write Korean first and then in English. At last, I ask ChatGPT to correct it. In actual conversation, I'm not saying my English, but ChatGPT's. Well, that's how you learn. That's kind of what they mean when they say fake it till you make it, right? And I think, that's kind of putting it. It's a kind of an extreme way to describe it, but faking it till you make it actually, I think, applies to language learning. You pretend like you know the language. You pretend like you can use the language until you can actually use the language. You know what I mean? So, Mickey 17 is exciting. All actors are perfect. Really? Whoa. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. How about the story? I saw Mickey 17 last weekend, and I think I enjoyed the drama aspect. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, sure, of course. A lot of people would agree with you, I think. Mickey 17 gave me an idea what the identity is. What makes you think you are you? Think you are you? Kind of thing. For me, it's all about memory. I see. Interesting. Oh, right. Robert. Oh, it's Robert Peterson? I thought it was Pattinson or Patterson. It's Peterson? Huh, okay. I happened to meet Bongjun. Oh, you actually met him. You ran into him in front of the elevator of Seoul National University Hospital. I felt his aura and didn't get an autograph. Oh, what a shame. It's, yeah, when you see someone like that, I mean, I would imagine it would be very difficult to just say hello and strike up a conversation, right? Even if it is just to get an autograph. I'm sure that helpful aspects of him is quite overshadowing adorable aspects of him. Not really sure what you mean there. I'm watching a Netflix series, 폭삭 속었수다. I always cry whenever I watch each episode. Really, I'm not really into the very emotional, movies and shows like those sob fests. sappy movies, I'm I'm not really into them. So I'll make sure to steer clear of that. 애매하다라는 표현을 영어로 어떻게 표현할 수 있는지 영상 올려줄 생각 있으신가요? Not at the moment, no. Because I think context should always be the center of everything. Like it should always be context. Like in this situation, what should you say and how should you say it? You know, instead of just focusing on one expression, right? So, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea that there is an expression that links to every expression in Korean. Like there's an expression in English that perfectly corresponds to oh, you know, I just realized that we should be on the toddler channel today, right? See, I wasn't even thinking about that because it's been so long. But anyway. So 김민재님, so maybe in the future, right? Maybe in the future when we have a context that requires that someone to say, you know, 애매하다, you know, it might come up. It might come up, but I'm probably not going to make any videos that are specifically targeted for that expression. I might if I feel like it, but not at the moment. Watch a Super Bowl halftime show. I just watched it now, and it was so much fun. Sorry if I'm... no, that was a while ago, right? It was a couple months ago, right? No, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. No. I think I watched like short pieces of it because it was, you know, it's every Super Bowl halftime show it goes viral, right? And so you tend to, I mean, it's hard to miss actually when you're online, when you're just browsing online, you happen to come across them once or twice. So I believe I have seen, it was with the Kendrick Lamar, was it? But I didn't see the entire thing. Old people say your personality is your fate, or your disposition determines your destiny. It's scary. It's true. Well, you know, that's kind of like saying you decide your own fate. You know, I think I don't think it's logical. I don't think it's common sense to separate someone's personality from that person. You see what I mean? I think the person and their personality is just one and the same thing. It's not something like, so what I'm saying is someone's personality is not a separate part of them. It's not some additional piece attached to them. It is them. You know what I mean? Roberton Pattinson. Roberton? His name is Roberton? I feel like I'm never going to get his name correctly. Is it Robert Pattinson or is it Roberton Pattinson? Like, what is it? What are you interested in these days, Sam? What am I interested in? What am I interested in? These past several days, I think maybe these past several months, I feel like I've been really I've been really trying hard to get better at organizing things. Like everything, like stuff and notes, and I think it all started when I was looking through my channel. I almost never look back at the videos that I've made, but I came to a realization that I should. And so I went back, and as I was looking through the many videos that I've made in the past, I realized that it's a hot mess. It's a complete mess. It's like, I don't even know. Now I understand why so many people are asking me which video they should watch. There are so many, And just by the thumbnails and the titles, sometimes the titles and the thumbnails don't even give you any clue what's in the video. And so I've decided to, now this is going to be a long process, but I've decided to try to get those sorted out. Make new thumbnails, new titles for every single video, and get them organized in a much more in a much more organized way. And it's going to take several months, I think. But I think it started with that. And I realized that all my notes are just, they're just so messy. And I would be happier if I run into you than what? Oh, that is, let's not get carried away with the comments, all right? But yeah, of course. Yeah, of course I'll give you my autograph. It's not much of an autograph, really, but what made you wear the tupa hoodie today? Nothing made me wear it. Come on, guys. It's just a hoodie. It's just a hoodie, guys. So this is the hoodie. I didn't even realize I wore this back home, but this is a hoodie that I've been meaning to always keep in my office, but I was in my office earlier. I wore this because it was kind of cold in there. It was kind of chilly inside, and I wore this. I put this on, and I thought to myself that I would get changed before I came back home, but I forgot to. And so I'm wearing it now. This? So this is it's a plugin that you can integrate with OBS. OBS is the open broadcasting system, I think it's called. OBS is one of the most commonly used broadcasting softwares. And so there is a plugin, I don't remember the name. It's something called live captioning or something. And it's going to take several steps to actually get it integrated into OBS, but that's what I'm using. 유니참 들어가서 에세이 쓰는데 왜 at least를 쓰면 안 되냐고요? 다른 단어로 패러프레이징 하라는데 궁금해요. I don't even know what 유니참 is, and when you're writing an essay, you're not supposed to use it. That makes no sense at all. I don't know what that's about. I have no idea what that's about. I've watched When Life Gives You Tangerines on Netflix as well. It was so touching. Okay. What is it about? I like the glimmer of the lights where you are backlit now. That's so cool. Sam, do you also feel your English is not coming as natural as you think when you've been away from using it for a while? Of course. Yeah. Absolutely. Poksak is all the rage these days? Oh, really? My family is binge watching and my daughter cries all the time. Okay. I'll make sure to stay away from it. What's your favorite show on Netflix? Any recommendation? My favorite show on Netflix right now, like something that you can watch right now, I think. So if you were to tell me to go watch a full series of anything on Netflix, I would probably watch among the ones that I've already watched, because you're asking for a recommendation. That means I can't recommend anything that I haven't watched, right? So if I had to rewatch any of the shows that I've already watched, I would probably watch Cassandra. Because, well, for one, I've only watched that once. And usually when I really enjoy something, I watch it like many, many times. And I've only watched that once. And so I would love to watch that again, which means I would love to recommend that to you too. Lately, I have a lot of opportunity where I need to make a public speech, and I'm always terrified, ruining the whole speech and embarrassing myself. How can a person be good at public speeches? I don't think there's any other way other than, failing at it numerous times. I don't really think there's any other way. What do you guys think? That's how I feel about it. Yeah, I'm just here to say hello to you guys. We're just chatting for a bit. Sometimes I can't remember the words I wanted to say, something, whatever. Do you know what I'm feeling? Sure, of course. That happens to me. Like I'm sure that happens to everyone in any language, even their mother tongue. Sometimes you can't remember what you want. Sometimes you can't remember like really easy words. Doesn't that happen to you in Korean too? I always have trouble organizing electronic data. Oh, it's so hard. I don't know why it's so hard. I think to some people it comes naturally. Like I have very few friends, and one of my closest friends, he's just so organized. He is so neat. Like, because long time ago, we actually used to work together. So we shared an office space, and this was a long time ago. Like not very long after we graduated from university, and we were sharing this office, and his desk and seat would always look exactly the same. Like, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, it would always look exactly the same. Everything would be placed in the exact position and the exact angle that they always are. And he's still that same person today. Like, you go to his office and everything is just perfectly aligned. Everything is perfectly tucked away. Like in front of me right now, I can't even count the number of cables running across my desk, like behind my monitor. I can probably like start. I don't even know where the cables begin and where they end. Like but his office, you can't even see the cables. Like, what? His monitors are wireless monitors? Like, what the hell? But so it's. And I don't think he's even trying. That's the thing. I don't think he even tries to do that. I think it just comes to him naturally. And I really wish I was like that. I think it would. That's like, it's a superpower. It's like a superpower that some people actually have in reality. That's what I believe. If you are naturally very, very organized, I think it's a superpower. You're born with this superpower. And it is a superpower that I do not have. I'm working at it, right? I'm trying to... It's something that I'm trying to learn, but nothing's easy, right? Nothing's easy when you have to learn it. Sam, when you're talking, you're making wrinkles on your forehead. Stop doing that. Listen to an older student with wrinkles. I don't mind wrinkles. I have no problems with wrinkles. I want to grow old with a lot of wrinkles. No problem. No problem. I couldn't care less about wrinkles. Your double roll video was so impressive, so good. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to that. I'm gonna start making those again. Pop, it can feel like some sort of childish or too light expression depending on context, I guess. Which one are you talking to? 대문자 P 현재 time. Who, me? I thought I was a T. Am I also a P? Okay. So which MBTIs include the T and the P? That's what I am. Yeah. Call me TP. Wait, that's short for toilet paper. You can call me PT. My pal, wake up. I don't think it's a kind of rage, just basic emotion over real Korean. Okay. Taking several months sounds like a long way to go. But there are just so many videos, so. Who do you prefer among Kendrick and Drake? See, the only reason I heard about Kendrick Lamar was because of the halftime show, and perhaps maybe some articles about him popping up here and there, but I don't really know those two artists very well. Like I can't even tell you a single song written by them. I don't know anything about them. I just know their names and that they're super famous and they're very good at what they do, but I'm just not a real fan of either of those artists, and so I really, yeah. How about you? Do you have a preference? Getting better at organizing, getting things sorted out should be my priority too. Good reminder. I was curious. I haven't seen you for a while. That's right. Yeah, I haven't been streaming. I haven't been making videos in about a week. How come you haven't started your live stream lately? I've been, just catching up on some other. I've been dealing with some other stuff, other very boring, annoying life stuff, and I just decided to take my time dealing with those things, and I also took the opportunity to get some things organized. But I'm back. What do you think is the most important thing when finding a job? I don't particularly have something I like or something I'm good at. I don't know what I should do. When I hear people say that they don't have anything that they particularly like, I never believe them. When people tell me that they don't have anything that they particularly like, I don't believe them. In my mind, that's impossible. How is it possible that there's nothing that you like? That's impossible. But what I do know is that it's very, very difficult. It's very hard to make the connection between something that you like and something that actually that you can actually make a living off of. Okay? And so making that connection is the hard part. But I'm sure there are tons of things that you like. Of course. Although you may feel that way, you may feel that the things you like are not very significant, so they're not really worth mentioning or they're not worth talking about, but I'm sure you have something that you like. I'm sure you have tons of things that you like. And so I think you have to be more honest with yourself first, I think, and start listing things. Yeah, sure. You don't have to list them, but you should kind of think about that as well. You know what I think? I think you should start with the second one, something that you're good at. Okay? Again, that's not true. Of course, there are things that you're good at, or something that you can be good at very quickly because you're just more drawn to it, okay? Or you have some natural interest in it in some way. And usually when it comes to those things, you tend to get better at them faster and quicker. And I think it's better to start there, something that you think you can learn fast or something that you're already good at, and then trying to find something that you can do that's related to that. That was a deep question. Yeah, that was a very deep question. It's very difficult to give any sort of advice or insight, although I'm not very good at it in the first place. But with very limited information about you, that's really hard to talk about. Although I don't know how you guys feel about this, but something that I have. This is something that I've been thinking about a lot, increasingly more lately, is that, you know how people talk about, oh, you should do this to succeed, oh, you should do this to find a good partner, you should do this to get better at this, You should do this to make a lot of money. You should do this. People talk about this a lot. And I admit a lot of those are very good advice. However, lately I've been thinking more and more about this, and I believe that the thing that matters most in a lot of cases, in some cases no, but in the majority of cases, the thing that matters most is luck. I don't want to get too deep into this, but I think luck has a lot to do with anything and succeeding in anything in any area. I think luck has a lot to do with it. So the reason I say this is because those people who seem to have things figured out, they seem to have it all figured out, like they know exactly what they want. They know exactly, they've met the right person and they married the right person, or they have the right job. It seems right for them. I think, sure, they can tell you a lot of things, right? I feel like they're just very lucky. I think, like, realistically speaking, luck plays a big role. Yeah, it's been a while, right? Yeah, everything's all right. Everything's all right. Do you think you are a talkative person or not? Absolutely not. I am probably one of the quietest people that you will ever know. The only reason I talk a lot on stream is because I'm supposed to. And I see a lot of your comments in chat, and so I can respond to them, but I'm not talkative. The reason that I say that I'm not talkative is because I usually don't begin dialogues very often. Like when I'm with someone, I don't usually spark conversations, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, you have the same headset? Most people just work to earn money. I thought you might be struggling with your skin problem while you've been away. Anyway, I get a checkup tomorrow, and I've been emptying my stomach since 9 p.m. So starving now. I can't stand it. Yeah, you should probably just go to bed. And you're not supposed to drink anything as well, right? You agree? You agree? What did I say? I don't remember. Barriers? I believe people don't really give themselves enough time to get through themselves, to be honest. To get through to themselves. People don't really give themselves enough time to get through to themselves. You mean like communicating with themselves? What do you mean by that? There's an old Korean saying, 운칠기삼. It has something to do with luck. I don't really know. You aren't talkative, but you aren't introverted either, are you? I think I'm pretty introverted. Like when I look back at my all the things that I've done in the past with people, like whenever I was in school, whenever I was working for a company and I was working within an organization, when I was in the military, when I look back, I was always very introverted. I was usually the most introverted one in the group. Ah, I see. Okay. When I'm looking for a job, first of all, I'm considering if the value of the company goes well with what I am. I see. So if the company that you're applying for, the company that you are trying to get into, it shares the same values as yours. I think that's what you're trying to say. Okay. Oh, it's just a plugin for OBS. It's a plugin for OBS. Thanks for asking. It's been a while. I just hope it's not because you went through autoimmune thing. Well, I still have that problem. I was really hoping that it would be gone by now, but I still have that problem. It gets worse during the nighttime, and so by the time I wake up in the morning, I'm usually covered in it. Not as bad, not nearly as bad as like several months ago, because it used to be really bad. So it's bearable. I'm trying to get it under control. I don't really know how. I'm still taking medication for it, but I'm getting by. I'm getting by. Your pronunciation is so clear. I like it. Give some tips. I don't know. I don't know what I can just. Well, the only meaningful tip that I have for anyone who wants to improve their pronunciation, the only meaningful advice that I have is to get rid of the fear of trying to make yourself sound more like a native. A lot of people actually fear this. They fear the judgment that when they try too hard and they try to make themselves, that people are going to just think it's funny, that people are going to make fun of them. And because and you also have to overcome the sense of extreme discomfort. It's very uncomfortable. It's very, very uncomfortable when you're trying to make those sounds, because you yourself, there's a I think a huge part of it is cringe. It's so cringy when you're trying to make yourself exactly sound like, what you're hearing. It's really cringy because it's not perfect, but it's obvious that you're trying, and it's just so different from Korean, and so it's really cringy actually. And so I think a big part of improving your pronunciation, a big part of it is overcoming that cringe factor. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? So overcoming that cringe factor, I think, is very important. I think that's number one. Number two, disregarding what other people the way other people look at you and the way other people think of you when you're doing that, because that's another. I think that it's a type of fear. Cringe factor. Okay, so factor here means like 요소, 그런 부분, and cringe is this. Ugh, this is cringe. Ugh. Yeah. So overcoming the cringe factor, because I personally believe that's the biggest reason most people can't pronounce well. Most people can't pronounce well because it's so cringy. It's like, how can you say that? No. And second, because of that, that other people are going to do that. They're going to, what's wrong with that guy? Why is he trying so hard? His pronunciation is not even that good. Why is he trying so hard? And so a lot of people fear this judgment. They're afraid that people will judge them in that way. And overcoming that. And I think I'm right about this. 운칠기삼 means when it comes to success, luck always do 70% of it, and your talent in trying or something like that only contribute to under 30% of it. I see. I don't know if I agree with that completely, but I think it's more or less true. However, there's another thing about luck that you should all know about. And I've thought about this, and I think, yes, it's true that luck plays a big part of success, but there's another perspective that we should consider. So I feel that luck, I know this is going to sound kind of strange, but you have to be very lucky for the luck to come. So what that means is luck. No. Opportunities don't come often. And sometimes they don't come at all. Right? Opportunities, right? Opportunities. However, when the opportunity comes, you have to be ready. If you're not ready, opportunity means nothing. So, it's true that opportunities come if you're lucky. If you're lucky, an opportunity will come. Okay? And for a lot of people, opportunities don't come at all. It's true. However, when the opportunity comes, you have to be ready. You see what I mean? If you're not ready, it doesn't, like, luck means nothing. If you're not ready, luck means nothing. Okay? And so it's not all luck. I think it's, yes, luck plays a big part because sometimes, when you turn that around, it also means that someone can always be ready, right? They're ready with everything and the opportunity never comes. Sure, that happens too. That happens too. Hopefully it doesn't happen to you. 트와일라이트에 꽂혀서 다시 정주행하고 두 번째 보고 있는데요. 선생님 영상으로 스피킹 연습을 열심히 병행하면서요. 그런데 트와일라이트를 반복해서 보기엔 회화적인 면에서 도움이 될 만한 영화일까요? Probably not ideal, right? It's probably not ideal. However, if you enjoy it enough to watch it a second time or even more times than that, then it's worth it, I think. Then it's the right movie. So, because whenever it comes to these things, like which material is better for English learning, for learning English, and I think the biggest thing that we should consider is what you can enjoy the most. I think that's the biggest part. That's the most important part. Because the most important thing when it comes to affecting how fast or how much you learn is amount over time. Amount over time. How much you do for how long. That will determine how much you improve and how much you learn, right? That's what determines that. And so the most important thing is amount over time. It's not which material you use. No, it's amount over time. And so that's why I think the most important factor is that it has to be something that you can enjoy. That is so important, okay? Preparation plus opportunity equals success, right? And the luck factor comes into play when we're talking about the opportunity. Because opportunities don't come to everybody all the time, right? They're few and far between. Sometimes they don't come at all. However, when it comes, you have to be ready. Even if you're ready for the opportunity, it won't stay with you unless you are grateful enough. Right. 신도 준비된 자를 쓰신다는 말이 있습니다. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I've been a lucky person since I was young because I always lose at 가위바위보. Okay. 저보단 나을 듯이요. 저는 왕좌의 게임으로 영어 입문했어요. My lord. 사람들에게는 모두 운이라는 게 오는데 그걸 잡을 준비가 된 사람이 극히 일부인 것 같다. Because not many people are prepared. Gossip Girl? So I haven't really watched Gossip Girl. Like, do guys watch Gossip Girl? Oh wait, are there pretty girls there? Okay, so guys, I'm sure guys watch Gossip Girl because pretty girls are there, right? My guess would be Gossip Girl is better than Twilight, because on Gossip Girl It's just people doing normal things. I'm guessing. I'm not really sure. But Twilight is like vampires, right? So, I don't know about the real meaning of the be supposed to in Korean. When this is translated in Korean, it seems to be expressed differently every time. Yeah, because be supposed to, that's true with all expressions. That's true with all expressions. There is no single expression that perfectly matches across languages. So when you take this, so take one expression in English and you find the best matching, I'm not saying it's the perfect matching, but the best matching expression in Korean, and still it's not going to be 100% match. That's why. It's not only about be supposed to, it's true with all language, every expression, in all languages for that matter. 강세 없는 부분에 강세 빼는 거랑 연음이 힘들어요. 어떻게 공부해야 될까요? Stop worrying about it. Stop worrying about it and trust the process and just repeat. Okay? So this should not be a strategic approach. You should not take a strategic approach. You should go for amount over time. So just always try to mimic what you hear. Okay, so listen carefully. Try to mimic what you hear. Again, I want to go back to what I said before about overcoming the cringe factor and overcoming the fear of being judged. Try to overcome that and just listen carefully. Try to make yourself sound as close as possible to whatever you're hearing, and just keep doing that. That's really all you should be worrying about. And just trust the process. It's going to take time. It can't happen in a matter of weeks or months. It's going to take years, okay? And so just trust the process and don't worry about it too much. I spent an hour trying to overcome cringe and nervousness for mixing up words. It's kind of challenging to break. It's kind of a challenge to break hesitance when speaking. Keeping at it is the only way to improve. Yeah, exactly. I think that overcoming the cringe factor, overcoming the fear, I think these are like the most important things. If you can't overcome these, anything else that you do, it won't really matter all that much. How can improve listening skill? Okay, so imagine a foreigner who is learning Korean and they ask you the same thing. How can I improve my Korean listening skill? What would you tell that person? To find out what we really like, laugh out loud, because we're too busy with going to school, studying, and work and stuff. So sometimes I guess we need to give ourselves a proper rest that we deserve. Oh, that's what you meant by people not giving themselves enough time to get through to themselves, like communicating with themselves. You're probably right. You're probably right, but I don't agree with that completely. I think it's not really about. So the reason I say I don't agree with that is because I don't think just because you quit your job and you spend several months not doing anything, right, and just only focusing on yourself, I don't think that will lead you to finding out, like, having this epiphany of, oh, this is who I am, and this is what I like, and I don't like this, and this is right for me. This is the kind of job and life for me. I don't think it will lead to that. I think something that's more important, although that peace and quiet will help you find those things, I think so the way I look at it, it's not time that's important. It's perspective. I think you have to just cut out all the noise. Cut out all the noise. Forget what everybody says. Forget stop thinking about other people and just focus on yourself. And I think personally, I think that's more important. I don't know. 오래 사세요, Sam. How would you say it in English? I wish you a long and healthy life. I guess I would say that. Yeah. Or you know, it depends on what underlying meaning you have. Like you can also say, you know, I hope I can see you for as long as I live, or whatever like that. 영화 대사도 요즘 쓰는 말인지 확인할 필요가 있을 것 같아요. 방금 친구한테 셜록 대사 썼다가 옛날 사람 됨. It's okay. It's alright. 옛날 사람 돼도 it's okay. That's not a bad thing. Suddenly, I'm just wondering, you're thinking about how AI technology changed our society after 10 years, Sam. 10 years from now? Well, think about how smartphones changed our lives. Or, like, whenever anything, like any sort of technology that emerges, some people adapt, some people don't. If you adapt and you live on, right? And if you can't, then you're fucked. I think it's pretty much the same with almost any technology. Yeah. I listened to your comment about luck several times repeatedly, and I deeply agree with you. I really need to think to what I've gotten already. Rare opportunity not to be missed. Yeah. Luck. Environment is also a crucial factor. Yeah, and I think, you know, environment is part of the luck. Some people are born into a very, very desirable environment where everything is just so much easier than some other people, right? And so, yeah, luck. And some people are born into terrible environments, making it very difficult, making them have to make, you know, unbelievable effort, an enormous amount of effort, much more effort than other people, in order to just, you know, just do normal things, right? And so I think, yeah, so environment plays a big role, sure, but then that's also luck. So she is a mother of dragonness. 보통 어떤 상황에서 be supposed to 쓰는지 궁금합니다. That's, if I were to start talking about that, I could probably talk about it for an hour. So right now I have a choice. I have three options. I can talk about it for an hour, and a lot of people will feel very bored and tired and leave, which is fine. I mean, at least some people will learn, right? Number two, I can talk about some of those cases, which will give you the false impression that, oh, I just need to know those ones. And then later you'll run into the same problem. Wait, it's used in this kind of context too? Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. Which is not a very, it's not the kind of situation that I want to take us into. And the third option is not to talk about it at all. I'm torn. What should I do? 일상 영어는 외국인 일상 브이로그 하나 덕질하는 게 좋은 것 같아요. Yeah, absolutely. I second this. I completely agree with this. I couldn't agree with this more. 모든 패밀리 비롯한 롱런한 시트콤 다 추천해요. 실제와 가까운 일상을 다루니까 실제로 쓰일 만한 유용한 표현들 많이 등장. Sure, of course. Good. 외국인들은 직장 동료랑 미팅할 때 영어가 그래마 틀리고 grammar 외국계? 외국인들은 이 외국계는 뭐지? 외국인들은 직장 동료랑 미팅할 때 영어가 그러면 틀린 거를 못 알아들어서 다시 알려달라고 하면 막 멍충이라고 judge 하나요? 어떻게 생각하는지 궁금해요. Most of them don't judge. Switch your perspective. Do we do the same thing to foreigners? Do we do the same thing to foreigners? No, we don't. Do foreigners do that to other non-English speaking people? Yes, they do. But not all of them. The majority are super nice. The majority are super, they are usually, generally speaking, they are very, very understanding. They're completely okay with bad English. They're just happy they're communicating with you. However, there are always exceptions. Some, few people will make you feel like you're doing something wrong. But for those people, you got to realize that if it wasn't for that, they're going to find something else to make you feel bad, right? It's not a problem with the language, it's a problem with the person, okay? And so generally speaking, no, they're not going to hold that against you. They're not going to judge you for being bad in a language that you weren't born into initially, right? However, here's the most important thing. Even when you do encounter those people, don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. 강의 본 지는 1년 돼가는데 여전히 영어로 말하기는 어려워요. What else did you do besides watching my lessons? What other things have you done besides watching my lessons? Here, let me help you guys understand something. Here, complete the sentence. Complete it. Just one thing, just one thing. Don't give me like a long list of things, just one thing here. One thing. Yes. Yes. This is the one thing. Okay? 영어는 써야 한다. 써야 한다. 영어는 써야 한다. Right? So think about it. Watching lessons, that's not using English. Right? This is it's such a fundamental truth. Nobody can deny this, and nobody can go around this. Nobody can avoid this. This is true because we live in reality. This is the reality we live in, right? And so, if you're not using the language, your English will never improve. It's so simple. It's hard, but it's so simple. Okay? It's hard, but it's really simple. Really, really simple. Okay? I hope you guys understand. 미국에서 학교 다니는 거, 그리고 이민 가는 거. 결국은 이거예요. 그게 결국은 이 얘기예요. Eventually it's this. Because let me tell you something. Okay, so let's say let's say that you move to America right now, or the UK or any English-speaking country. And let's say you go there and you don't use English. Do you think your English will improve? No. That's why there are so many people who go on working holidays to places like Australia and Canada, and their English doesn't improve. Because they just went there, they don't use English that much. And there are a lot of people that go through that. There are a lot of people who experience that firsthand, unfortunately. That's great. That's great. You're in the process. You're in the process. 아르바이트 한 6개월 하면서 잡일부터 하는 모드로 해야 영어가 느려나? Just you know, okay, so the fundamental truth that no one can avoid, no one can skip, is you have to use English if you want to really improve, right? Studying, not studying. Move away from studying and use the language, okay? Now, this is where people have so many options. There are so many ways that you can use English. And you know which one you should do? All of them. Okay? So as long as you're using English, I think it's always best to do a mix of different things. Watch movies. Use social media, but don't only read the Koreans. Go to some foreigners' accounts, follow them, see what they're sharing, look at the conversations they're having. Use the internet in English. Do your online things in English, okay? So there's so many things you can do. And not all of them are for everyone, right? So what I'm saying is there's no one-size-fits-all method. There's no method that everyone will feel will feel okay with or feel comfortable with. You got to find what works for you, and so there are a lot of things you can do. Yeah. 미국 다녀와서도 한국어만 사용하는 환경이 되니 발음 유창성 떨어지는 게 바로바로 느껴져요. Yeah. So, were you in Missouri? Missouri-님? Were you in Missouri? Are you 17 years old from Missouri? But I will get to know how to beg because I will be a broke there. Mickey 17, no, I have not seen it. Did you see it? Did you like it? 외국에서 오래 살아도 한인끼리 뭉치면 영어 진짜 안 늘고 오래 살수록 시간에 비례한 영어 자괴감에 빠져서 더 안 는다고 하더라고요. Yeah. So here we are talking about how we can improve English again, even though we all know exactly what we need to do. We all know, everybody here, no exceptions. Every single person here knows exactly what is necessary in order to improve their English. The problem is that one thing is that is the one thing that you don't want to do, which is using English. That's the one thing you want to avoid. So you're constantly looking for a way to do this without doing the only thing that will actually get you there. You know what I mean? Oh. The only way to develop anything you want is to go through it. Yeah. 자신이 평소에 자주 생각하고 말하는 한국어를 문장으로 외워도 괜찮을까요? Do you think you can do that for many years? But what you're saying, it sounds really vague. Doesn't it? It sounds really vague. Like, what do you mean exactly? Using the language in the wild is the fast track to the next level in English. Using the language in the wild is the fast track to the next level in English. Actually, I believe that using the language in the wild is the only way to learn another language. It's the only way. There is no other way. There are slower ways. There are many ineffective ways. The only normal way and the fastest way is to actually use the language as much as you can. Use it as much as you can. Yesterday, I learned one expression from third-party consultant. Oh, okay. What's that? What is that? Oh, you just love the great state? Okay, cool. Never been there. I don't even know where it is. Missouri. 10번도 볼 것 같아요. You're talking about Mickey 17? You watched it. Oh, you think you're gonna watch it like 10 times. Okay, yeah, that's cool. You should do it. Yeah, memorize the entire script while you're at it. You can use ChatGPT for that. Oh, it's my bedtime. I was wondering when the next class is. Well, today's technically it's not really a class because we're just here chatting. I just wanted to stop by and say hello and let everyone know that I'm back to streaming again on a frequent basis, hopefully. In Sem's case, he's exposing himself to English-speaking environment nearly 24/7, so his English is never getting rusty. If anything, it's getting better and better. He's a real model. Well, it's the only thing. It's kind of I think I've talked about this once or twice before, but someone like me, it's actually kind of crazy that I can actually make a living off of helping other people learn another language. It's kind of crazy. This shouldn't be normal. It shouldn't be. So, taking into account what I'm suggesting, right? What I'm recommending that you guys do in order to learn English, what I'm doing is actually doing a disservice to what I do for a living. What I'm telling you guys is to move away from studying and just use the English in the most natural settings as you can. So basically just communicating with English. But if I want you guys to buy my product and consume my content, I guess in a way I'm kind of doing that, right? For instance, this stream, I could easily just speak in Korean and help you guys understand quicker, right? But that's not really gonna help you guys. I want to be here and I want to use English as much as I can to give you that experience because that's what really matters. So I am trying to do that. I am trying to, and I'm making changes to my content so that it becomes more of an experience rather than feeding you certain expressions and words. I feel that's not, it's kind of, it's counterintuitive and it's not how people should be learning a language. And so I'm trying to design my content in a way that provides more experience with the language rather than feeding you certain things, like certain instead of giving you very specific bullet points to go through, I want to give you more of an experience with the language. And so I guess that's what I'm doing. But you see what I'm trying to get at, right? If I improve my English listening skills, will my speaking skills improve? Personally, I think it's impossible to only improve one area at a time. Personally, I think it's impossible to only improve one area at a time. That's how I feel. I guess you could say it's divided. 대학교에서 영어가 모국어 아닌 외국인이랑 같이 영어로 대화해보는 것도 좋아요. 영어가 모국어인 애들은 개떡같이 말해도 다 알아듣지만 그렇지 않은 특히 유럽 외국인들은 그렇지 않기에 서로 잘하려고 애쓰면서 빨리 늘더라고요. Yeah, you know, and that works for some people, but not everybody. Owl and hour. Owl, hour. Similar, but different. Sometimes, but okay, so 용용이님, there's something that you should understand. So here, let me show you this. I will read this. Okay? I will read this. Okay? I will pronounce it exactly like this. Watch the captions. I have to leave in an hour. Context is always more important than pronunciation. Context is always more important than pronunciation. Okay? Because never in your life, well, maybe not never, because never say never, right? But you will almost never be in a situation where you only say the word. I mean, when are you going to say owl? What? Hour or no? It will always be in some kind of context. When you have context, okay, the small little details usually don't really matter that much. These days, I realize that speaking another language fluently is a matter of practicing the tongue. Physically, I need to exercise more to become more familiar with using muscles in my mouth. That's true. That's true. I'm still not good at English, but you make me believe that I can do it someday. The only way, not the best way, the only way that your English will become good is to start when you are bad. You have to start using English when your English is bad. When your English is terrible, you have to use it, and that is the only way that you will become good. You know what I mean? Writing 관련 팁? Write a lot. Write a lot. Casey님, if you have some specific need, right? Because since you're asking about improving your writing skills, I'm guessing that you have a purpose. There's a reason for that, right? And so I would take that into consideration, right? And what I would do is go on ChatGPT, give ChatGPT the details of your situation. Look, I have to do this sort of writing. It has to sound very formal. It has to sound very polite. There should be all these fancy expressions. I want to sound smart. I want to sound convincing. I mean, there are the details you only know, right? You only know the details of what you need the writing for. Open up ChatGPT, give those instructions, and ask it to give you a demo. Say, okay, give me a sample. Give me a writing. And then you study with that. You see what I mean? Our owls are now out of our outhouse? What does that mean? Hi, I got a haircut like you. Haha. Great. Excellent. Welcome to the club. 이랑 발음 다른 거 어제 처음 함. It doesn't matter. When you have context, it doesn't matter. It's a good way to get views on YouTube. If I made a video called How to Distinguish the Pronunciation Between Ear and Year, and when I do all this, when I explain, this is how you do it, I'll get a lot of views. But, I'll get a lot of views, and the people will think that it's helping them learn English. But it's not. That's action faking. It gives you the illusion that you're improving English. That doesn't help you at all. In a realistic sense, knowing exactly how to distinguish the pronunciations between ear and year, it doesn't really help that much. It doesn't really help that much. 영어를 어디서 누구와 쓸 수 있을까요? All these people here. Me. On YouTube, there are millions, if not billions, of videos in English. Watch that video. Go to the comments. Read other people's comments. You add a comment as well. There are millions, if not billions, of people on social media. Communicate with them. How did you improve listening skills? I listened a lot. I listen every day. I listen every day and almost all day. Owls howl for an hour in our house, laugh out loud. I'd like to talk with my girlfriend who lives in a city in Florida on the phone, but I don't have good listening skills. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Well, you should just keep doing it. Because you already know that the only way to deal with that problem is to just do it. There's no other way. Please make the second video 오늘 영상에서 건진 중요한 표현, okay? There are tons of... Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Oh my God, it's going to be so much work. Okay. 스피킹 연습을 하고 싶은데 집 말고 다른 장소가 있을까요? Well, the easiest solution is a hagwon. Is to go to a hagwon where they have native English-speaking people there. That's the easiest. The downside of that is it's going to cost money. But I'm aware that there are numerous other ways that you can use, like using certain apps. Maybe, like, I don't know, like, is there something called like Hello Talk or something? I've heard a lot of these like apps and platforms that you can use where you can freely and literally freely, without any cost, communicate with foreigners online. And our Discord, sure, yes. Our Discord too. 이따가 쓸 수 있어요. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Follow the foreigners. Hello, teacher. It's been a long time to see you. Yeah, it's been... Hey, King Sejong? Are you the Sejong that I know? Are you Sejong the bassist? You're not that Sejong, right? Sam, I'm leaving early today. Something came out. It was fun. Okay, yeah. Hey, it's good to see you again. All right, see you next time. 초코파이님, yes. Yes. Yeah. Speaking, talk to yourself in English. That's another good way. 토플 영단어를 원어민들이 많이 쓰기도 하나요? It depends on the word. It depends on the word. So, I want you to use the perspective switching experiment in your head. Okay? So, let's say there is a Korean test equivalent to the TOEFL test. Okay? So there will be a lot of difficult words because when you think about it, the TOEFL test is a test that is trying to decide whether or not you can go into a college or university course and you can actually follow the course, right? I think that's what the test is that's how the test is designed. It's designed to test your abilities on how well you can follow a university course or a college course in the US, right? And so let's say there is a Korean test that's exactly the same, but it's a Korean test, all right? It's like asking, do Korean people use the words in this test? It depends. It depends. 가도 아무도 말 안 걸어주는 말을 먼저 걸어야죠. You need to go talk to them. Or at least be interesting enough for other people to talk to you. What is that sentence on the computer behind you? Sentence? What sentence? 한국은 교환학생들 많아서 과외 모집 많이 할 것 같은데요. Sam, you need to go to bed. Oh, yeah, I need to go to bed. Have a good one. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Have a good one. Mm-hmm. Have a good one. Have a good one can be have a good day or have a good weekend or have a good vacation, have a good week. It could be almost anything. And that's why it's used a lot because it can apply to almost any situation. Whenever you're saying goodbyes, just have a good one. I suggest an English phone call or some online conversation classes like Ingu, Ringle, whatever you'd like. You know, isn't it a shame that we have to spend money to talk to people? Isn't it a shame? What a shame. You have to pay money to talk to people. Such a shame. It's a damn shame. 꾸준히 하는 것이 중요하겠죠? Yeah. Yes. However, it doesn't have to be something that Okay, so being consistent. 꾸준히 하는 거예요. Being consistent. Yes, that is one of the most important things. However, it doesn't have to be something that's so stressful. So, what I recommend, so consistent doing what? Being consistent doing what? I think that's the more important thing. Doing what? Watching English online courses? Being consistent with that? No. I think being consistent is important. However, just use the language to communicate. Move away from studying and just use the language to communicate with people. Use the language. And using is not only speaking, it's reading, listening, watching movies, writing comments, reading other people's comments, and yes, of course, speaking. That's all using English, okay? So use English as much as you can. And be consistent with that, okay? Just because you're told to be consistent doesn't mean you have to spend hours, watching English online courses and looking at English learning books. No, that's not what you should be consistent with. Okay? 로버트 패틴슨이랑 여주가 진짜 케미가 미쳤어요. 질리지가 않아요. I see. Okay. 비즈니스 영어 공부하기 좋은 TV 쇼? It depends on what business you're in. Yep, it depends on what kind of business you're in. 신전 떡볶이 먹고 있어요. 호호. You see how Casey님 says 비즈니스 영어 공부하기 좋은 TV show, and suddenly he says 지금 신전 떡볶이 먹고 있어요. Okay, I don't know what 신전 떡볶이 is, but it sounds good. All right, have a good night. I need to go too. Okay, I don't know if there's such thing as a business. Yeah, I mean, is there such thing as business Korean? I don't know, guys. Compared to the past, the tuition fee for phone English has become quite expensive these days. Yeah. I mean, everything's becoming more expensive, right? Enjoying is all that matters. 미국에서도 내가 찾아 나서지 않으면 아무도 말 안 시켜. Yeah, of course. Why would you think? I mean, let's say that you're out doing whatever you're doing, okay? Just because you saw a foreigner, do you walk up and say hello and strike up a conversation? No. So why would you expect foreigners to do the same for you? Come on, guys. They're human beings. They're not all teachers. They're not all eager to talk to you. No, they're human beings just like you. Come on, treat them like human beings, right? And what I mean by that is stop treating foreigners like some like they're not. See, the way that a lot of Korean people look at foreigners is like whenever you're using English, it feels like they're judging your English and therefore judging you. That's not true. They're just human beings. You know? It depends. Well, because the questions that a lot of these people are asking, the only reasonable answer I can give is it depends. Because it does depend. Okay. All right, what time is it? Because my clock is broken. My clock right now is showing 1:40 p.m. What's up with that? How do I change this? Adjust date and time. Okay. Time zone. Seoul. My time zone is set to Seoul. Why is it doing this? Windows. I don't know how many times I have to do this. Like every time I log into Windows, and this is one of the reasons I installed Linux recently, because Windows acts really funny from time to time. And so, okay, so set time automatically. I gotta turn that off and then on again. Yeah, see, okay, now it's displaying the right time. I don't know why I have to do that every time I log in. So frustrating. 6년째 한국에서 미국인 고객만 있는 곳에서 일을 하고 있지만, 오케이, 영어는 하나도 늘지 않아요. 스몰 토크 하는 성격이 아니라 말도 못 걸겠고 결국 하는 영어만 하다 보니 듣기 말하기는 하나도 안 늘어요. 결국 자기가 무슨 환경에 있던 어떻게 노력하는가가 제일 중요한 것 같아요. So, okay, so the bottom line is if you want to get better at something, anything, duh, you just have to do it a lot. Of course. How could there be another way? Right? Like, if you want to get better at anything, cleaning, cooking, I don't know, you want to get better at driving, talking to people, if you want to improve your handwriting, singing, dancing, drawing, anything. If you want to get better at it, you got to keep doing it. Okay. All right. That's it today, guys. I think we're going to call it a night. All right. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for spending time with me tonight. I'm back, and I will be sharing videos and streaming much more often compared to what I've been doing this past week. So, yeah, it's been a while. It's good to see you again, all. And thanks for tuning in tonight. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you again, hopefully, very, very soon. See you guys. Oh, we don't have music today. No music. That's fine. Okay. All right, good night, guys. See you again.